Good morning. Welcome to History of the Promise Bible study presented by He Promise Publications. Today we are doing episode 14, which is Genesis chapter 10. I think I'm going to quit telling you guys the episodes. You can see that. I'll just say what chapter we're on. So we're doing Genesis chapter 10. Yesterday we went through how a vow was made to never flood the entire earth and kill everything on it again. And not long after that, we still only got the 8 people living on the planet. Sin comes right back in. A commandment was broken, and then Noach dies. And so here we go. Evidently we couldn't get away from sin because here we are, not keeping 10 laws that would make this planet a nicer place to be. It's the best way to put it. A nicer place to be. We wouldn't be going through a lot of stuff we're going through. And I could go on forever, but I don't like to keep you guys forever. But boy, those 10 laws, if you go back through them, if you have the book, go back to the front, read them again, read them one by one. If you need a better understanding or want a deeper understanding, not just a surface, you can always get our book, 28 Days to Keeping the Commandments. It was a book written to make commandment keeping a habit. But it only just doesn't do that. That's not the gist of it. The gist of it is for you to get a deeper understanding of each commandment and, what laws that are being broken, okay? All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and get into Genesis chapter 10. And this is the beginning of the peoples worldwide. So now we're going to see how we spread out. Okay. Now, this is the history of the genealogies of the sons of Noach and of Shem, Ham, and Yapheth. Sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Yapheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tiras. And like I said, I may be messing these names up, so bear with me. The sons of Gomer, who would be the grandsons of Yapheth, were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. Of these were the islands of the nations divided in their lands, everyone after his own language, after their families, and in their nations. The sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, and Sabteka. The sons of Rama were Sheba and Dedan. So we're talking about generations, okay? Cush became the father of Nimrod, and he, Nimrod, began to be a mighty one in the earth. He, Nimrod, was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before Adonai. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. So we're still talking about the sons of Cush, who are the direct descendants of Ham. Okay? So, out of that land, Nimrod, he went into Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, I hope I got that right, and Kala, and Rezin, between Nineveh and the great city Kala. Mizraim, which is later you'll find out that Mizraim is another word for Egypt or name for Egypt, but we're talking about a person, okay? Mizraim became the father of Ludim, Anamim, Lehabim, and Nephtahim. Pathrusim, Kalashim, which the Philistines descended from, and Caphtorim. Canaan, and remember that Canaan was cursed. Noah cursed his grandfather because of the sin of his father. But hold out hope. That kind of cursing doesn't last forever. Okay. Canaan became the father of Sidon, his firstborn, Heth, the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Archites, and the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. Afterward, the families of the Canaanites were spread abroad. The border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as you go towards Gerar, as far as Azah, as you go towards Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim, and as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham and their families, according to their languages, in their lands and their nations. Children were also born to Shem. This is the oldest brother. It's interesting. It says here the elder brother of Yapheth. It's like, it makes me not sure if we're, at this point, Ham fit in that lineup of three. But anyway, children were also born to Shem, the elder brother of Yapheth, the father of all the children of Eber. The sons of Shem were Elam, Asher, Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arpachshad became the father of Shelah. Shelah became the father of Eber. To Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided. And his brother's name was Joktan. Joktan became the father of Almodad, Sheleph, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadoram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All of these were the sons of Joktan. Their dwellings extended from Mesha as you go towards Sephar, the mountain of the east. These are the sons of Shem by their families, according to their languages, lands, and nations. These are the families of the sons of Noach by their genealogy, according to their nations. The nations divided from these in the earth after the flood. So we've got, nations came from men, okay? Men built nations, and all of these sons and the grandsons became nations that helped populate the earth. I think I just lost my place. My book, I was flipping the phone and my book flipped. Okay, so that was the end. That was verse 32. And this is telling us the beginnings of how the sons of Noach procreated and began to fill the earth and the nations and create nations. Okay, so the first thing we have is a comment. I don't think I have too many questions in this one. We'll see. The descendants of Yapheth were the people of the coastlands. This is what the word says. Much research has been done that points to the descendants of Yapheth becoming the European people and some areas of Asia connected with it. The descendants of Ham were the people of the continent of Africa and of parts of Asia that connected with it. Nimrod, who was a mighty hunter before the Lord, is from the line of Ham. So even though Ham was the initial one to sin back into the earth, that was his sin, his family, his people, his descendants are not decidedly cursed because of what he did. And that's what people don't realize. The curse fell upon Canaan, not everybody else. And again, as you do some research on your own, it'll start to hit you. They talk about Hamites being cursed, all the Hamites, and it was, again, might have been a reason why, or the excuse for mistreating some people. That's the best way I'm going to put that, and, the Spirit has told me to stop right there, so I'll stop right there. Okay, so Nimrod, who was a mighty hunter before the Lord, is from the line of Ham. He founded many cities, Babel and Nineveh being two of the key cities. As you read through the line of Ham, plan to come back to this chapter. So go ahead and mark this chapter if you have the book, or in your Bible, or however you're doing this, mark this chapter, because you're going to need to come back to it to keep your understanding right about what's going on. So as you read through the line of Ham, plan to come back to this chapter, for later in the story you will see that many of these people were in conflict with a group of the descendants of Shem. The descendants of Shem are considered to be the Semitic people, all of them. This will be the line of people that the Messiah will come through. The promise will come through the line of Shem. And which makes me believe, when I was questioning where Shem fell, which makes me believe that Shem was the firstborn son. Because normally that's how the blessings and the carrying on of the family, the important situations that are going on, passed down to the first son, normally. But we'll get to that later too. So I believe that Shem was probably the firstborn son of Noah. All right, so this will be the line of people that the Messiah, the promise, will come through later in the story. From what you have read above, what you've heard, what you paused and went back and listened to, if you don't have the books, have all the people of the earth come from these three areas? Now, that question, because we've given you a bunch of areas in certain areas of the world. If you do research, stuff I learned in school of people moving about, people moving to other lands, is it a possibility? And a possibility that you can find out on your own, that all the people that are covering the rest of the earth now, the Americas, Alaska, is it a possibility in your mind, from what you understand, that all of the people of the earth came from these nations that were founded by these three men who were the sons of Noah? All right, that is the end of this. There weren't a lot of questions, but there are things to make you think. And start, as you're going through this, it's going to stick in your mind. If you're prayerfully and really, even maybe if you're not even prayerfully, but wanting a deeper understanding of what's going on, if your mind and heart are open, it'll stick there for you. It'll come back, because it does for me, and it does for lots of people in the world who have decided to stake their faith on this promise, come literally hell or high water. And it keeps working out. It keeps working out. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at, you guys can see that truck over by the bridge. They're putting baby fish, baby trout into the river right now to grow. This is one of the things they do to keep the fish population going. And I'm just sitting here thinking about how things work out. And I can only see it truthfully, because I've had to let go and let the Most High do with me what He would, as long as I was doing my own thing and not paying no attention. I can't even reach back and tell you how those things were going, to be honest with you. But I can tell you every time I fell in a hole and was brought out. I can tell you that. And it's only because I made a decision some years ago. And Lord knows, I'm telling y'all over and over again, I am not perfect. There's nothing perfect about me. Just like there's nothing perfect about anybody in this world since Adam. And before his fall. But I can't not believe, just because of the things I've seen. And, as the Spirit allows, He'll allow me to tell what He allows me to tell. It's not up to me. That's why I have to catch my tongue a lot, because I know I've learned how that goes. If I'm saying something I ain't got no business saying just yet, if videos disappear, phone will drop in the water, and, I'm not going through all that. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and next episode will be Genesis chapter 11, and we'll start talking about different languages and the Tower of Babel. All right. You guys have a good morning. Bye.